A bomb destroyed this plane at 33,000 feet, but one passenger survived the fall. She fell 6 miles and lived. In 1972, a bomb hidden inside a briefcase tore apart a passenger jet over Europe. Against all odds, one flight attendant survived the fall from 33,000 feet. But that's only the beginning. In another case, a pilot sent a final radio message before crashing into a mountain. Just one word, STENDEC. No one has ever been able to decode it. Then there was the passenger jet that kept flying for hours, after the pilots had already lost consciousness, and the aircraft that landed with something investigators couldn't explain, a body that wasn't on the passenger list. These are some of the strangest aviation mysteries ever recorded. Someone planted a bomb in a briefcase on this flight, but the most unbelievable part happened after the explosion. In 1972, Jet Flight 367 exploded at 33,000 feet over Czechoslovakia. The aircraft broke apart in mid-air. Everyone on board was killed, except one person, a 22-year-old flight attendant named Vesna Volovio. She fell more than 10 kilometers inside part of the wreckage. Rescuers found her alive. She still holds the record for the highest fall, survived without a parachute, and the bomber was never officially identified. It was 4 minutes from landing. The pilot tapped out one final message. Then the plane and its 11 passengers vanished into the Andes. For 50 years, in 1947, the Stardust was flying a routine route. The weather was clear, the pilot was a decorated war hero. Everything was perfect. Just before landing, the radio operator sent a message that baffled the world. It read, "STENDEC." The tower asked for clarification. He sent it again and again. For half a century, people thought it was a UFO abduction or a mid-air explosion. There was no debris, no bodies, just that one strange word, STENDEC. In 1998, the ice finally melted. They found the plane. They were only 30 miles from the runway, but they were 1,000 feet lower than they thought. They had flown into a mountain they couldn't see, but to this day no one knows what STENDEC means. Everyone on board was unconscious, and the plane kept flying for hours. This was never meant to happen. In 2005, a passenger jet took off like any normal flight, but shortly after climbing, something went wrong. The cabin never pressurized. Passengers lost consciousness first, then the crew, then the pilots. There was no distress call, no emergency descent. The aircraft just kept flying. On autopilot, air traffic control tried to make contact. Nothing. Fighter jets were sent to intercept it. When they looked inside the cockpit, no one was moving. The plane circled the sky until it ran out of fuel. Just before it crashed, one flight attendant briefly regained consciousness and tried to take control, but by then, there was nothing left to save. A man suddenly fell from the sky into a London garden. No one saw him coming. Investigators later discovered he had fallen from a plane approaching Heathrow Airport. The aircraft had taken off hours earlier from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Hidden inside the landing gear was a stowaway. At 35,000 feet, temperatures dropped to -50 degrees Celsius. When the landing gear opened to land, His body fell nearly 1,000 meters into a garden below. A passenger no one knew was on board.
5 military planes vanished. Then the plane sent to rescue them vanished too. December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy training planes take off from Florida on a routine navigation exercise. Experienced pilots, clear weather. Nothing unusual. Less than an hour in, the flight leader radios base. His compass isn't working. Then he says something stranger. The ocean doesn't look right. Other pilots start talking over each other. Their compasses disagree. They can't tell east from west. The flight leader admits he doesn't know where Florida is anymore. Fuel is running low. Radio transmissions become confused, fragmented. Then suddenly, silence. All 5 planes disappear. The Navy launches an immediate rescue mission. A large PBM Mariner search plane with 13 crew on board. Minutes after takeoff, a nearby tanker ship reports seeing a fireball in the sky. Then that rescue plane vanishes as well. 6 aircraft, 27 men. No distress calls, no debris. One of the largest search operations in U.S. Navy history begins. Planes, ships, thousands of square miles. Nothing is ever found. The official report blames navigation errors and fuel exhaustion. But this incident became the most famous case linked to the Bermuda Triangle. Whatever happened out there, it didn't just take the lost pilots, it took the rescue too.